Okay, Raviraj, the next problem.
Yes, sir.
It is a little bit complicated. What is the reaction? I am very fond of A.
Yes, sir.
What is the reaction at A
Okay, sir.
for the beam shown here, wherein you have A as the hinge support, B again as the roller support, and you have the load of 640 kilonewtons per meter, and it is acting in a parabolic style with the equation y is equal to cx square. Okay, the distance between A and B is 8 meters. Your options are A 426.67, B 1280, option C 1706.67, or option D 450. All these values are in kilonewtons.
Yes.
Raviraj, please.
Yes, sir. So this is the problem of uniformly varying load, whereas the uniformly varying load is governed by the equation y is equal to cx square. So as your procedure says, first you have to calculate number of reactions, number of equations, and find out whether you can solve it by the 3 equations. So vertical reaction at A, horizontal reaction at A, these are the nothing but the reactions or constraint at A since it is a hinge support, and vertical reaction at B since it is having a roller support. So number of reactions are 3, number of equations are 3, summation fx 0, summation fy 0, summation movement at fixed end equal to 0. Therefore dsi is equal to 0. Therefore you can solve it by 3 equations, summation fx 0, summation fy 0, summation movement at A is equal to 0. So this type of beam is statically determinate beam. So first of all we have to convert this load into a point load. So the conversion of load is nothing but finding out its area and its centroid. So first of all we have to convert it into point load. So y is equal to cx square. This is the equation of the curve. First of all we have to calculate this constant, which is when x is equal to 8, your y is equal to 640. So I will just substitute y is equal to 640. C constant we have to calculate. X is 8. So 8 square, so it will be 640 equal to C into 64, therefore C comes out to be 10. So your equation now is y is equal to 10x square. Now if we have to calculate the area under the curve, we have to consider one elementary strip of length dx and integrate it from the lower limit 0, upper limit 8. So when you integrate it, you can calculate the area of that area under curve. So your equation will be summation area is nothing but the magnitude of force when you convert this uniformly varying load into point load. It will be integration of lower limit 0, upper limit 8, your y into dx. Your y is nothing but 10x square. When I substitute it, integration from 0 to 8, 10x square dx. So you can calculate with the help of calculator the integration of 10x square. So you have to just press integration button. 10 alpha x square, so it will be 10x square, comma, you have to substitute first the lower limit, then the upper limit. So it will be 0, comma, 8. We have to complete the bracket and just press the equal to sign. So 1706.67 is the correct answer. 1706.67. This is the magnitude of force when you convert this into point load. Now we have to calculate the centroid. The centroid for such type of figure can be calculated as summation ax divided by summation a. So this is a generalized formula to calculate the centroid. So we have to calculate summation ax. So we have already the value of summation a, just multiply by x. So it will be integration from 0 to 8, 10x square, just multiply it by x dx. So your integration will become integration from 0 to 8, 10x cube dx. So again we have to calculate with the help of calculator. integration button, 10 alpha x cube. So it will be alpha x cube. So it will be 10x cube, comma, lower limit first, upper limit afterwards, complete the bracket and just press the equal to sign. So it will be 10240. So this is the summation AX. When you substitute in the centroid formula, it will become 10240 divided by summation of area, which is 1706.67. So 10240 divided by 1706.67. So it comes out to be 5.99. So it comes out to be around 6. So we'll consider it to be 6 meter from A. So this is the centroid, 6 meter, and this is the magnitude of force, which is when you convert it into point load. So your FBD will now look like, so if we have to draw FBD, that is free body diagram for this particular beam, it will be like this. Vertical reaction at A, horizontal reaction at A. At B there will be only one vertical reaction due to the roller support. And when you convert it into point load, the magnitude of the force is nothing but the summation of the area, which is 1706.67, and it is acting at the centroid. The centroid we are calculated as 6 meter. So this is 6 meter and this is 2 meter. It is not dimension. So it will be 6 meter and 2 meter, and this is now converted into the point load. Now we have to apply the usual equation, summation Fx is equal to 0, the first equation. So all the forces acting in x direction equal to 0. Therefore your HA is equal to 0. This will be your first equation. Second equation will be summation Fy is equal to 0. So all the forces which is acting in y direction equal to 0. So first force will be Va, which is acting in upward direction. Again you have to use some sign convention, upward, positive, downward, negative. Therefore this force is going in upward direction, considered to be positive. Second force 1706.67 coming in downward direction, so it will be negative. And the third force Vb, which is acting in upward direction, so it will be positive, equal to 0. This will be your summation Fy equal to 0. Next will be summation of moment at fixed end equal to 0. So we will consider moment at A. So summation of moment at A equal to. So we have to consider the first two forces which is passing through A. So the moment produced at A will be force into perpendicular distance. The perpendicular distance for HA and VA equal to 0. Therefore it will produce a 0 moment at A. Now what about 1706.67? You have to keep your thumb at A. Try to figure out the direction of the force. It is producing clockwise movement. According to our sign convention, clockwise is negative, anti-clockwise is positive. Therefore it will be magnitude of force, which is 1706.67 multiplied by the perpendicular distance. It will be 6. It is negative since it is producing a clockwise movement. Now the last one is Vb. You have to keep your thumb at A. Try to figure out the direction of the force. It is coming out to be anti-clockwise, so it is positive. The magnitude of force multiplied by lever arm or the point at which you are applying the force and you are calculating the moment. So it will be 8 equal to 0. This will be your third equation. So in third equation there is only one unknown, Vb, that you can calculate directly on your calci. Minus 1706.67 multiplied by 6 plus alpha A multiplied by 8 equal to 0. So Vb over here in calci it will be A. Then we have to just press shift cal, again shift cal. So shift cal you have to press twice. It comes out to be 1280. So Vb comes out to be 1280 kilonewton. But in question we are asked what is the vertical reaction at A. So vertical reaction at A, we have to just substitute back in second equation. So your equation will be A minus 1706.67 plus the answer, which is Vb 1280 equal to 0. You have to just press. Now your equation is ready, where you have only one unknown, which is Va. So shift cal first, again shift cal. It will directly give the answer, which is 426.67. So VA comes out to be 426.67. Again, the favorite of sir, A answer is the correct answer, I think.
Okay. Today I think so is the day of A, and you have got the answer as option A, 426.67. Raviraj, you have used calculator directly to find out integration and even solving equations. I think so that's the reason why students do it much faster. During our days we had to calculate all those things, use slide rules and do some things like that. But I think so you are much fast because of the electronic age.
Yes, sir.
And maybe with the learning mode it's much faster.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, we are trying to see problems related to beams. Simple beams were taken, simple loads were taken in the initial stages, then the uniformly distributed load was also taken, and then uniformly varying load was also taken, and maybe a difficult problem with curvilinear load was also taken. I think so you might have understood some parts of the engineering mechanics part. Again, a request to all of you is that whenever you listen to the question or when you see that question, pause your video, try to solve the questions on your own, then see what Raviraj is trying to tell. In that way you will learn things much better, faster and quicker. Anyway, happy learning.